Hello everyone! In today's video I'll be drawing a picture I drew back in 2011. I still like the picture a lot, and I remember I drew it in history class and later I used it as a cover for my history notebook. I drew it without a sketch, just straight with ballpoint pen, and later colored it with watercolor color pencils at home. When I first posted the old version, I gave it a title "To Handle a Sun." I must say I didn't think too much about the concept before. I started drawing a random girl and then slowly added more detail as I decided to make the mountains in the background as the idea slowly unfolded in my mind. Approaching the redraw of this piece, I was a bit stressed by my own expectations, especially for the background. I ended up making a sketch on my iPad instead of on the page, and later printed it out and traced it into my sketchbook using a lightbox. I find sketching digitally much easier than traditionally because of the endless possibilities. You can move and deform things the way you want them to be, rotate and check whether your anatomy looks okay or not, scale them if something is too small or too big, and you can erase very easily without having to stress about destroying your page. I drew the sketch completely from my head, and although using a reference picture would probably result in an even better picture, I wanted to see how did my imagination improve over the years as well. I was inspired by a trip we did back when I was a kid with my family to Slovenia. Near the Socha river there is such beautiful nature. I highly recommend it for visiting, so after after you get a vaccination on corona you can go. As for the character in the picture, before it used to be just some random pretty girl, but because of the setting being so close to my heart, I changed it to myself. I really love nature and hiking in the mountains. So overall in this picture I tried to capture this admiration of mine to the nature and to mountains themselves. When it comes to coloring, I try something new yet again. Because the sun is the main concept in this drawing, lighting was especially important, and so I first painted the lighted areas using the Hansa Yellow Deep by Daniel Smith. Usually I first do a layer of shadows and then paint the colors, but this time I first made lighting and then the shadows and applied the colors as the last thing. As you can see, I work in a different sketchbook. It's a A5 travel journal with 60 pages that are 200 grams per square meter thick, from company C. White of Brighton. Not only it has different formats because it is a landscape sketchbook, but also the sketchbook I used before had thicker pages, so this one can take in less water and buckles more, which also means it can take just less layers of color. And so I had to adjust my coloring process to it and not to use so much water. I can see myself in the future sewing more handmade sketchbook with the thicker paper. Let me know Let me know in the comments if you would like to see a tutorial for sewing your own sketchbook. I find it very relaxing and maybe you will find it useful. After I finished coloring with watercolors, I mixed pink watercolor with white gouache to make the blooming flowers on the foreground bushes. Later I used the same technique to make the green leaves too. White gouache makes the paint more opaque, so it can be applied over the already existing dark layers of watercolor. Then I made some finishing touches with color pencil and it was done! A lot of things changed in these last 10 years, not only my art. It's been quite a journey and I really look forward to doing more recent redraws as well. What do you think about this one? And here is the result and comparison. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and if you would like to support me, consider subscribing to my channel and sharing the video with your friends. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, let the sun shine into your soul. Bye!